this side. Right? So all of this was black. But we didn't need anything. We had grocery stores. We had everything we needed. There was a shoemaker that lived on my block. The principal lived on our street. The doctor that birthed most of us lived right in the same neighborhood. Integration was the worst thing happening to me. And even Martin Luther King said it. I fear that I have integrated my people into a burning house. So, as soon as the integration came, they call it the majority-minority transfer. So if you were in a majority black school, you get transferred to a white school. A lot of kids did. I did it. One year. They didn't put me out there. I couldn't do that. But I graduated post-77. So after integration, the most prosperous people left. Every community in America, Black America, the most prosperous people that could left. They left with less than our needs. And that was kind of watching it down. And then the 80s, the crack epidemic, and that was grandma's house that they lost at the crack dealer's house. The only house that lost. Everybody, I remember the crack epidemic hit the late 70s, early 80s. And they lost all of this property. That was Daddy and Mommy's house. You understand what I'm saying? But they would rather smoke crack than keep that property going. So now, as you look, they're tearing down these houses one by one. You look at these white folks walking in there. I janitored over here because I have a friend that ran this church for a while. I janitored over here back 10 years ago. And I knew it was done when I was out here 10 o'clock one night. Taking my smoke break after I was janitoring this church. And I watched white people jogging, 11 o'clock jogging, riding their bicycle. It's done. But it's not too late other than we have to put all of this coonery in before. Right now, I'm not a fan of rap music. I'm not a fan of any of that. A lot of the stuff that's going on in the rap community, the drugs, bitches and hoes, everybody's bitches and hoes, and women walking around with their asses hanging out, etc., etc., etc. We used to be better than that. So now we represent anybody on this planet. When they talk about black people in America, they're looking at Diddy and Cardi B and all of these guys that I know you guys follow a lot of it. I don't follow it, but you see it, the denigration of culture. We don't even play soul music anymore. All the stuff he's playing over there, that's 40 years old. We don't even play it no more. They want you to hear soul music, just not for us. So that came from Stephanie Hill said that. She said it recently. They want to hear soul music. So now they've taken over the soul music. Every radio station you hear soul music, but you're not hearing it. What do you think? I don't know. I don't know the answer to any of those questions.
You got church schools. Well, if you got something older, you know, I want to go ahead and do it.
I don't think you guys that's if you need a moral compass, that's the best place to go and get one.
All right, so what you just said, this is Lamentations. You know Lamentations.
Just an interaction that we just had.
Mourning. He's crying out. This is Jeremiah crying out. This is Lamentations 2:15. It says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. So just everything that you described, we were once glorious people. We have respect for each other, but now
we walked around with our hands up high, exactly. and now I can't say anything bad. I look at some, I look at others. I I have children of my own, and sometimes it bothers me. I say, are they going to help? Are they going to be able to take on, keep the legacy going? We're doing better.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
It said, gather together, O nation not desired. We're not desired here in America. You was going into that. Black people are not desired here in America. We desire to entertain, but we're not desired. Go ahead, what you got?
I get that.
Right?
We decided, during integration, we wanted to eat in their restaurant.
Right, you're right. Go to their colleges.
Go to their colleges.
Right.
We had the best colleges on the planet.
Right. I heard the documentary called Black Magic.
Booker T. Washington High School had the most scholars of any high school in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Why were we inviting to go eat at their counties? Hell, they can't even cook.
Right. Season food.
I just always, my mind always said, why are we doing this?
How are we doing this? That's right.
So,
but check me out. It said, gather together, O nation not desired. Go ahead.
Desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day passes as the chaff.
Before the decree bring forth, and before the day passes as the chaff. Go ahead.
Before the
fierce anger of the Lord. Go ahead.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
So it's telling us that we're supposed to be coming back together. That's how we're going to succeed. It said before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon us. So we got a job to do.
Why are we allowing the most wretchedness to be shown on television? The most wretched of our people. The most vile, disgusting acts shown to our children.
Yeah.
Why are we doing it? Why are we allowing that?
Right. Who's behind that? Who controls that?
Exactly. We know where the money is. We are the most talented, beautiful, amazing people on this planet. Every culture on this planet. You go to Japan, they are hip hopping. They're dreadlocking. They're you go to every continent on this planet, and they are not just black people, but black people in this country. They are following. We are the trendsetters. So why can't we be the most elegant, uplifting, positive people on this planet? Hey, it can be done, but it starts at one. It starts one at a time. Each one teach one.
That's right.
Each one teach one. You have to pull them up. You have to pull them up.
Yeah.
And when you see, it's hard because if you talk to the wrong person and say, "Hey, dude, straighten up," you might have a fight on your hands. But it starts in the home. It starts in the house.
But that's what we are here doing. We are here telling our people, "Hey, quit sagging. Hey, put some clothes on." You know what I'm saying? We are because that's what the Most High God wants.
Quit making babies out of
There you go. There you go.
But then too, I blame a whole lot of things going on. We as black people in this country have aborted 20 million babies since 1972, Roe versus Wade, and just think people that would be those 20 million souls would be here. Just think of the nation we would have. But we believed what they told us. That, hey, you're not ready, you don't need this. And why is it all abortion clinics in the black neighborhoods? Why is Planned Parenthood only in the black neighborhoods? Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger, she was a biologist. She's a biologist, genetics, eugenics.
Eugenics.
Word I'm looking for. Bill Gates, the champion of the vax. I don't know. We can't. It's not going to fix overnight, but it's got to start somewhere. So I myself personally, I'm 65 years old. I have a very low tolerance. talk to very few people. I talk to very few people. And it's just, you gentlemen are, I want to shake everybody's hand. My name is Phil Steff. I was born in Missouri. I was raised in Oklahoma. Graduated in 77, Central downtown. Spent the last 30 years in California, but I'm Creek Indian, part Creek Indian, so my blood runs in these hills. My ancestors are all buried here in these hills. My people are from Oakmulgee, Muskogee, Oakmulgee Fall, this is home, but sometimes I'm sad. I'm sad by what I see, because it could be better. It could be better. When I was growing up, there used to be street sweepers that would go down the streets every night. They tell us Oklahoma they clean the streets. There was no trash on the streets.
Okay. Yeah. I remember my father telling me some stuff that sounded like it was out of the movies. He said the neighborhood would just go out of their house at a certain time to walk down the street to the church. I was like, that sounds like a movie or something, man. You don't see that no more.
My parents didn't worry about us. We could leave this time of night and walk to a house party, 10, 11, 12 years old. We didn't have the violence on the streets that we have now. They didn't worry about us. Nobody bothered us. There was no kidnapped children or missing children. We didn't have the drugs. We smoked a little weed, drank a little cheap wine, and belly rubbed up under red lights listening to Marvin Gaye in a house party. That was the extent of it. Wasn't a lot of out-of-wed mothers. There was a father in every home. I remember we come home before the street lights. A lot of stuff. It was a different time. And I tell my children, I wish they had grown up in the time that I grew up. It was a wonderful time. 60s, 70s was a wonderful time to grow up here in America. I was raised in Kansas City, moved here when I was 12, and it was just a simpler time. I don't know what happened.
You know something?
But
we would like to show you.
You guys are gonna fix it.
We would like to show you what we out here doing. You got something else? So real quick, we're out here trying to tell our people who they are according to the Bible, and basically a lot of the stuff that you're saying, it comes back to the laws of God. So we're trying to bring our people back to the laws of God because they are a chosen people according to the Bible.
Yes.
According to the Bible, Deuteronomy 28, we fell underneath the curses because we disobeyed God. So because of our disobedience, curses came upon us. Those children out of wedlock, those abortions, all of that is because of
we lost a lot of favor.
Right, so we're trying to bring our people back to the law, statutes, and not everybody's going to get it, but
not everybody's supposed to get it.
Yeah.
One thing I learned is you can't take everybody with you.
That's right.
When you go, you're not going to take everybody with you. You're going to leave some people behind. So what I try to tell people is either the tide is changing. The tide is changing, and either go with the flow or you're going to get swept away.
Yeah.
And the truth, this is 2024. It's the day of the truth, and a lot of stuff is being revealed every day. A lot of stuff. The Bible says whatever you do in darkness comes light, and you can't hide it anymore. You can't hide the light up under the bushel, and everything you do in the dark is coming light. So get it together.
we got some precepts for you.
That's the thing, like Brother Pickens, he made many profound points.
Yeah, he did.
You talked about the abortion clinic. That's one thing. It's strategic.
So many things.
It's strategic. So this is biblical. This is Psalms 83. We'll start at the top. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." So all the other nations are confederate. We read the nation not desired. the nations are confederate with each other to destroy us as a nation.
I'll leave this at that, and I'll tell you what affects my soul more than anything. This is what affects my soul. When we as black people, we look at our politicians that are supposed to serve us, and they put up a person on the Supreme Court and say, well, she's the first black woman to go above to the Supreme Court, and we just say rah rah rah. But then in that same voice, they ask that woman, they ask her, what is a woman? And she says, I'm not a doctor.
Hey,
I'm not
a problem.
She can't. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Your mama was a woman.
That's right.
Everybody on this planet came from a vagina. But you can't tell me what a woman is.
That's a problem. Yeah.
That's where my low tolerance is stupid.
Hey, I'm glad you're saying what you're saying. Go ahead. You're probably going to bring out what I was thinking.
Yeah. This is Zechariah 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. It's only one nation on the planet that this is happening to. Their possessors, we're possession right now here. It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. That's an example of our own shepherds pity us not.
And they look at us with a straight face. They look at us with a straight face and say, so when it gets to that point, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Let me go home. I'm going to close my door and crawl up under my covers because I'm 65 years old, dude. I can't march no more. My feet are hurt too bad. I can't go to jail no more. I'm fighting Povo. The politicians I haven't voted since Jesse Jackson. I just realized that we can't change that system. That system is done. That system is done. We have to create our own system and work outside the system. But if you run into Washington, D.C., ask them to help you with your hat in your hand, you're going by the wayside. Like I said, right?
What's your name?
Philip Stafford.
Philip Stafford, that's right, you told me. Hey, I appreciate you. I'm glad that we got your wisdom.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, do what y'all doing. I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
Hey, before you go, can you please, what you said about Cincinnati over there, can you bring that down one more time?
About Cincinnati?
Yes,
Yeah, that was good.
Martin Luther King stood for a whole lot of things. But as I traveled the highways and the byways of America, the last exit to get gas that I'm gonna get off on is Martin Luther King Expressway. Why do they put MLK in the worst neglected, poverty-stricken parts of every black community in America? Nobody wants to go down Martin Luther King Boulevard. You can ask anybody. If you're going on the interstate and you need gas and your tank, you need gas, but next exit.
Yeah, I know where you're talking. I know exactly what you're talking about.
The last one you're gonna get off is Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King was supposed to bring us together and uplift us, but now every Martin Luther King Boulevard is the most wretched, depraved. If you want to find drugs, hookers and everything, you go down MLK.
It's a sad truth.
I didn't do it. It just happened. It is what it is. So I still call it Cincinnati. They call it MLK. I do too. I call it Cincinnati, bro.
Hey, real quick. That's biblical as well. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command this day,
for thy good.
And all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. The first curse is, curses shall thou be in the city, and curses shall thou be in the field. So it's not a coincidence. We didn't make it Martin Luther King.
We didn't do it.
So who's behind this?
Yeah.
We're put under these curses, but he's using a man.
It stops right there at Archer, and not one of the businesses on Cincinnati on the other side of Archer. Cincinnati keeps going on the other side of Archer.
And can you
And
tell
not
us,
one of those businesses wanted Martin Luther King on their letter.
can you tell us about what you said about the Brady Mansion?
Oh, what about the mayor?
Yeah.
The mayor? It's up on Main Street. The Brady Mansion, Brady Heights. Beautiful houses. They used to be owned all by black people. But of course, before that, they were owned by white people. It was still in the 60s, 50s, 60s. They were owned, that was all black. All that was black. Well, up there is the mayor's mansion, and it's a wedding venue right now. And Brady was the mayor during the riots. He specifically instructed the newspapers to print a lot of explosive material to cause white people to get upset about a black man that supposedly misused a white woman in the elevator. When the story came out, he actually didn't do anything to her. But it caused white people, all of the sensationalism caused white people to go down to the jailhouse. They were going to break into the jailhouse and lynch him. And the black people found out about it, and the black people went down there to protect their own. And that's when the riot started, was, hey, you're not going to do this to him, and pushing and shoving and shooting, a couple shots were fired, and it was on like Donkey Kong. But in my heart of hearts, if you go up here on Brady Mansion, you can go up to the 3rd floor, it's a wedding venue right now. You can overlook all of Greenwood as it was before they burned it down. And in my heart of hearts, that evil man, Brady, sat up on that balcony and watched Greenwood burn with a glee in his heart that probably exceeded Satan himself. And my heart, it just dawned on me one day. I was standing up there and I could see all of Greenwood, and I could just imagine the smoke billowing, fires burning, people dying, and he's sitting up on his balcony in his mansion, just rubbing his hands together and just rocking back and forth like a mental patient, doing exactly what he's supposed to do.
I believe every bit of it.
I believe that, dude. That's probably accurate.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you.